4th of July.
Yes, it's our movie.
I don't want to do the
film.
Hey, tell us about it, whatever. But like, can you tell us about it? You know, I want people to know about it. I want people to go out and support it, and they can buy it now. That's another thing, right?
It's going to be, when is this on?
Ideally, we put it out tomorrow.
Okay, so then Saturday,
so
August
this coming
6th,
up. Okay.
It drops on my website.
Perfect.
Yes.
LouisCK.com.
That's right.
And can you give us a breakdown of the story, how this even came to be? Why should people go see this?
It's like it's a family movie. It's a guy like
it's about a family.
It's about a family. It's not a family movie. It's not for a family.
Yeah, we say cunt and
yes, cunt, fuck,
a lot of fuck.
A lot of fuck.
Whoa,
that's a female
will pay for.
In character, we say it.
Yes. And what is the story?
The story is about it's about a guy who I'm much better with just zingers, you know.
Okay, so
it's about a guy.
It's about a guy.
I got you.
It's about a guy who's a New York young fella, and he's anxious, living in a river of anxiety. Just never stops coming. He's just, is this okay? Is this all right? No, I shouldn't. It's just living that way all the time. But he's living that way.
Yeah,
he's kind of on a cruise control of anxious, living.
Yes,
and
sober.
He's sober. He's working at it. He's in AA. He's got a sponsor who he's not doing a great. He's late to his sponsor meeting, and that's also a little tough for him. And he's married, and he has a nice, easy relationship with this woman that that's his light. That's his nice. That's where he's confident and happy when he's with her. But the rest of his life is kind of a mess. And he's also a jazz pianist, and he succeeds there. He feels good when he's playing jazz piano. And he goes to therapy, and I'm his therapist. And he asks his wife when he sees. I'll tell the main scene because I think it's the turning point. He sees his wife texting with her friend while she's in the bathroom, but he sees it on her computer screen, and he sees he's about to see something, and he closes it. But it makes him anxious, and he asks his wife. He goes, do you say something to your friends about me that I don't, is there something that you don't, and she just says, I am not fulfilled because we don't have a kid. That's what I really wanted. We never did it. And so I'm not happy. And the last thing he expected was that it was something very real, not about him and his quirks, but your wife, the light of your life is not okay.
Yeah.
And he says, "What? But why did you stop talking about having a kid?" She says, "Yeah, because," and he sort of gleans from it. You don't think I could be a dad, and it's a horrible realization to him. And he comes to his therapist and he says, "What do I do?" And I kind of go, "Well, yeah, it's okay." And he realizes his therapist and his wife, everyone gave up on him ever stepping up and being a father, being a man, and that life is passing him by. And so what he keys on is that he has this terrible fear and anxiety about his parents, that they showed him no love, that he doesn't know how to be loved. So he's going to go back home to Maine, where his parents are from Boston, and they go to Maine every summer. And he's going to confront them. He's going to confront all this shit, and he's going to get it out of himself. So he goes there, and it's just his family is just this melee of just fucking Boston id people that just say whatever they want. And they drink like crazy, and they're offended that he doesn't drink because he's sober.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find a moment where he can claim his manhood there. And so that's really what it's about. It's about him going home and trying to do
confronting the demons.
Yeah, and then those people are, Nick DiPaolo nails this character as his uncle.
Nick is
Tony V is these two guys
sense.
are like the twin towers of like fucking Boston hate.
Yeah,
but love too.
Yeah,
they're mad at him for being sober because they love him and they miss when he was a loser like they are.
Yeah.
Which is what it is to grow up in Boston, really. And so it's him trying to deal with that, and it's all just flailing and fucking up. And
hijinks ensues.
And
it's funny and it's sad and it's
Did this
fun.
happen to you? Because you're married?
Yeah, this sounds very autobiographical.
It's all very
this
real.
This is your therapist, basically.
It's all very real. There's a lot of stuff taken, a lot of actual dialogue from my real life. And then we heightened the family, of course. And then the mother in the movie is more like sociopathic. Louis kind of created the mother character.
Yeah, the mother was sort of like women in Boston that I grew up around that fascinated me, these powerful women.
Yeah.
that say things in lyrical. They use big words sometimes. Like what the one I pointed out when we were looking at it yesterday, that she says, by the grace of God, you're in this family, and by my wrath, you'll be out. That's how Boston women talk. So that mother character was an opportunity to create these, and that the characters, like the mother is a great actress. She's if you populate a movie with comedians, let them sharpshoot, but then you have actors that can really drive it home.
Yeah,
and that was, and Robert Kelly he's
great.
both.
Yeah,
because Robert's a great comic, but he's actually a virtuoso actor.
Yeah,
he could do anything. Yeah, so he plays his sponsee.
It's a good movie.
It's damn good. I'm damn proud of it, and it feels, and it's not from me. It's the thing I loved about it was I was sort of in service of Joe. He really wanted to make a movie. I didn't have a story in me at the time, and so we mixed some ideas that we both had, but it was really his story. So I got to just direct and get his vision up.
I feel bad that I didn't see it before you guys came.
Yeah, you fucked us.
Mark saw it.
Yeah,
he went to the theater.
Did you like it?
I did. I thought it was wonderful. I saw it on I don't even remember, on one of the
East
cinemas.
Village.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought it was great.
Is that the East Village, Lou? Yeah, Village Cinemas, and we premiered at the Beacon. There was like 2,000 people.
Yeah,
and
we got
it
to watch
fucking
with
killed.
2,000
So Joe's telling me that, and I think that's the craziest thing. Like, seeing a movie with 2,000 people, seeing an action movie when there's a couple hundred people in a movie theater feels great. Seeing a comedy, I remember seeing the first Hangover at a sold-out theater and then laughing with other people in it.
Great feeling.
It heightens it. It's awesome. It's fucking amazing.
Well, that's what we discovered with this. We got a very small distributor we just went out to each place. And first we did these big premieres where we got to be there and watch people laugh.
Yeah.
But then the great thing was hearing, because what we would do, we're sort of in the middle. So like AMC Theaters gave us like 72 cities in one night, 7 o'clock on a Wednesday all over, and then done. But we packed all of those screenings and then added shows. And we kept getting reports, and he got a lot of feedback on Instagram, people saying that they were there, that they loved that they were there, and they all laughed together, and people would applaud at the end. This is what's great about film. And people keep saying like, well, the movie theaters are dying. Well, if you give them a little blood, it all comes back.
Because that experience is unmatched. Yeah,
we were supposed to do like 1 week, but we were there, we just kept holding over. The Laemmle in LA kept getting held over here, and then these one-night screenings kept moving around to different cities and packing the places. And
Joe said that they were blown away by the amount of money it made, and I won't say the number because I know how sensitive you are with that, but it was like multiple times.
It did, but it's not a lot of money. But for theaters aren't a lot of money. Theatrical release, we did way better than we expected, and this is with we didn't really advertise very much.
No promo. Your email list,
the email list, and then his social media stuff and a few podcasts. And but it was word of mouth. The thing that was crazy was watching the theaters where it was in consecutive nights. It would increase every night. And we realized that we hit on something for people that they're into. The guy who distributed is a very old school guy. He said he was liked it because it's the non-algorithmic movie. It doesn't have a thing like a person's name or an issue. It's just a movie about failing people.
Yeah.
And you can work, this algorithm is supposed to be so genius, but it is limited because it only knows what it knows.
Yeah.
It doesn't know anything outside of itself. It doesn't have the ability to include something like, well, no one thought that was going to work.
Yeah.
So, and it's all an experiment for me. I'd never done a theatrical release independently. And this is the first time I've put a movie on my website. And it's the first time we've done both things. It was theatrical first. So I don't know how it's going to do.
Was it cool to see laughs? Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah, probably similar question. What's it like watching your movie crush versus crushing as a stand-up?
It was weird because we found, first of all, it's about my life. So it's drama to me. And the whole time we were writing, Louis was like, we're writing a comedy. And I'm like, no, we're writing a drama. And it's the classic thing. It reminds me of the Mel Brooks story about, you ever see, they asked him what's the difference between comedy and drama. And he says, drama is I get a paper cut on my thumb and I'm bleeding and I get a Band-Aid and I call my wife and I keep pouring peroxide on it and I'm checking on it. That's drama. Comedy is you're walking down the street and you fall in a hole and die. Yeah. What do I care? What do I care? So that's how I felt. I was like, this is a drama and it's all very dramatic and we cut out a lot of jokes and then we played it at the theater at the Beacon. And there was huge laughs in places that I thought were
thousands of people. That's another thing. Like you don't watch movies in front of thousands of people
usually. Well,
anymore.
and the Beacon Theater was a movie theater. It was open as a movie theater, and it was a movie theater all the way till the 70s, from like the 20s to the 70s.
Yeah.
So that's how people used to watch movies together, and the rich people down there, the poor people up here, and everybody watched together.
Now it's how they watch stand-up.
Yeah,
that's right.
Rich people down
In
here.
my theater, I got a laugh before the movie even started. Like just from the text that comes up on screen. I won't say what it is, but there's just a text element that comes on like in the very intro. I got a big laugh.
Yeah,
I think that's cool, is because sometimes those moments like it's an edit, really. It's like an editor's choice to like put a reaction here, gets this big explosive laugh that you would never fucking think, because you're like painstakingly looking over every line that you say and every delivery of this. And sometimes people are just engaged by the character. Sometimes the character just being themselves in the moment is what's going to induce
That's right. And I didn't know what I had with Joe. I thought I was prepared for needing to teach him the basics of acting and how to not just be waiting to deliver your funny, but and he's the lead character, so he can't be a sniping comic just with moments that you can cut around. He had to carry the movie. Yeah. And so I had no idea how it would be, but I was dug in for, I'm going to have to, because my thing is, we're going to get it. It's going to be good, but how long is it going to take? That's all. Good, So if you suck, my movie's not going to be bad. Yeah. You're just going to be here all day. So, and I'll figure it out. I'll use other people, and I'll figure out how I'm going to cut it, that I'm going to get around you that you suck.
How much does it?
But I just want to finish it so you know why I said it. He was an automatic. He was he was an easy automatic. It was such a, first of all, a huge relief. And it let me put attention on everything else that was going on. I'd just be like, yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Every take.
A virtuoso, if you will.
Like he was there. He was just there, but not just that he was playing himself, which isn't as easy as it sounds.
It's harder.
It is, I think, in a sense, but also just the way he listened to folks. It made me comfortable knowing I can always cut to him if nothing else is working, because he's really in it. Yeah. And I feel for him in every shot. Yeah. And he's funny.
I wonder if it's easier for comics to do drama, because when we're on stage, a lot of times we're being serious about these things. They just happen to be funny. Right?
Yeah, a good comic is a comic who's believable, who's really in it. Yes, they are better as dramatic actors.
And then being a comedic actor is being serious about something that you know is absolutely ridiculous. Like the Will Ferrell he's playing a character, but the character believes everything. The character's not trying to be funny. He's not trying to say like a quip or whatever like that. Yeah. So I think sometimes you see comics do these like dramatic roles. You're like, how the fuck do they pull that off? And it's like, well, that's closer to stand-up.
And it also probably removes the I don't need laughs. Where we always have that need, like if I'm not getting laughs, I'm getting insecure. I'm starting to whatever, overact or whatever. If it's a drama and I don't hear the key grips laughing, who cares? They're not supposed to laugh. So all that weight is off me. Now we're just in this thing and living in the moment like we would on stage.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like a straight man essentially in the movie.
How annoying is that though?
It was fun for me. I mean, because I've been there. I've been to dark places and was just trying to recreate these dark things. Yeah. And it's easier to act. I mean, that's like a famous quote from Peter
Sellers.
Peter Sellers said, it's easy to pretend to be serious. You can't pretend to be funny.
Yes.
So it's a lot easier to pretend to be
to be in it.
Upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.